Sports Podcast. I said, welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast with Andy Ruther and Joe Prano. Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Andy Ruther, coming to you live from Cincinnati, Ohio, with my co-host from
Bedford Hills, New York.
Where?
Bedford Hills.
Bedford Hills, New York. That's Joey No Chill Prano.
Hello, Andy.
Good morning.
Morning.
I always say this. I like when we're on the same time zone.
There you go. Nice and early today.
Yeah.
For our West Coast listeners, they're like, did I just get a notification Dirty Sports is going live at 6:45 a.m.? It's like a London game.
I was just about to say that. It's like it's prepping for a Madrid game this week, actually.
Okay, a Madrid game.
My old stomping grounds.
And like all the Europe games, we're really going to half-ass it today. It's going to be a pretty sloppy show. Really, no one wins.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, to that, first ever game in Spain, and they throw them the Commander.
Wasn't there an earlier game this year in Spain or no?
Madrid or Germany.
Germany. Okay.
So this year we've done. Obviously we do England every year, and then they've added Brazil, which they've done 2 years in a row. Munich, which they've been doing, and now they're adding España. And they're going to get the old Dolphin Commanders, the old Tua Marcus Mariota matchup.
Well, Andy, they'll be. Where does Europe have multiple? I'm sure it does. Europe's fairly big; it's a continent. But like, is Madrid on the same? Is that in the same time zone as like London?
I believe so.
Okay,
should be.
Got it. Well, we're in the same time zone, Andy. Yourself in Ohio. Again, doesn't make sense. Me in New York. Do you know what also is in that time zone? New Brunswick, New Jersey, in case you wanted to come on Thursday to the Stress Factory. New Brunswick, New Jersey, Stress Factory, Thursday, headlining. Friday, Saturday with Rocky Dale Davis. We can't make it Thursday, but Thursday, headlining. So come check me out. New Brunswick, the Stress Factory, the great Vinny Brand.
Will you be you doing any NFL talk? Do we got any NFL bits at this point?
It's a great question. I want to say no, but I could be wrong. There could be something mixed in there when I do the hour.
When you're in New Jersey, will Mike McDaniel be driving by in his car to heckle you?
Yeah.
Comedian owns football coach in car.
I love it's like football coach owns bar patrons that don't know he's driving by. So cringe.
But I still can't get over that. I don't know why. I just he thought he was so cool. It's like,
we're 2-7 now, guys.
Yeah, I know, man. It's crazy. Decent game last night, though.
I didn't watch any of it. In fact, I was back to time zone talk. Over to time zone talk with Andy and Joe. I went to the stand for a show last night, and I'm there at like, I don't know, I guess it would be 8:30 or something like that. And I get like the NFL app alert on my phone. They're like 2 drives, 2 scores. Thursday night football. I was like, what? Where? What time is it? Where? Who's what? Like, I was just so thrown off that it wasn't 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I was like, why are they 2 drives in? Was it delayed by thunder?
Well, yeah. I mean, even for me, like these games will creep up on you. I mean, the Patriots did. They've won 8 in a row.
We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait till next year to decide if Drake May's for real. But
he's pretty good.
No, he's very good. That was sarcasm.
I know. He's pretty good. Yeah, I saw Prano's back on Reddit, guys. He's back. I'd like to make the formal announcement.
Well, I have an explanation if you want it. Not that anybody cares, but I actually started an account for Jay and the more stories, because Jay has a Reddit, and Jay, there's a Reddit page for Jay Moore, and I was like, oh, I should start like a more stories Reddit account so that I can post in there and be like, hey, we got this guest this week, and we got this guest, and we got this guest. And then I'm in there, and it was like, do you want to check out some, your phone's just reading. You want to check out the Adam Carolla podcast? And I was like, no, I do not. It's like, do you want to check out the Dirty Sports podcast? And I was like, ugh. All right. And then I like clicked on it. First thing, like I'm literally at the top. It's like Prano. I was like, here we go. Here we fucking go. What do we have? What's the nonsensical hot take now? And I was not, Reddit did not leave me disappointed. I was like, haven't been here in months. What do we got going on? Oh, okay.
Well, look, it was talking about the anointment of Jackson Dart
as a franchise QB. What a leap I'm taking.
I mean, I agree. Like, I think he's a franchise guy, but there is a lot to be determined, and they just got to keep this guy healthy. Because,
well, listen, that's a neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, everybody's got to stay healthy. Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson, all these guys. It's like you're not injured until you're injured, and you're healthy until you're like, yeah, that's literally why Brian Daboll got fired. Yeah, literally, that's the sole reason. Everybody can talk about the 3 10-point losses and the 1 in 60,000 chance. He got fired because they are sure, like anybody with a brain, except for 30 sports fans, are like, well, I don't think you can really make this assessment until year 4. They are certain that Jackson Dart is their future. And they're like, if you're not going to protect our future, get the fuck out. That is 100% what was behind his firing. The 10-point losses in the fourth quarter, those didn't help. But not protecting the guy that you drafted and his clear. Also, what are we talking about? The entirety of the internet that does the like, let's mock the 2025 draft over again. Where would they go now? It's like Jackson Dart would go 1 overall. It's like, and again, what I said in my 8 seconds on Reddit after I see my name is, didn't we anoint Jaden Daniels last year? A team who's a rival to my team in our division. No one was like, oh, Prano, his love of the NFC East, just anointing Jaden Daniels. We're not sure Jaden Daniels is going to fall off a cliff year 2. And then the idea of using an example like CJ Stroud, if only Joe Prano had like a signature theory on Ohio State / big school quarterbacks coming into the league. And yeah, okay. CJ Stroud had a sophomore slump. Okay. If only I had a long-standing theory that was like, maybe this is why.
Well, and also, to be fair to CJ Stroud, I know it's like he's taking these weird strays. It's, in my opinion, it's like he was rookie of the year. He's won a playoff game both seasons. So,
right.
So like, to me, that really like the notion. I don't know what CJ Stroud is.
But also, it doesn't like what we're maybe.
I think he's a franchise quarterback for them. I do now. Right now, he is.
Will CJ Stroud ever one day be a top 5 or top 7 quarterback in the NFL? Who knows?
Exactly.
But I know one thing. By the way, who knows? That could happen. That could not happen. I'm not making a declaration either way. But him coming into the league and winning playoff games, it's not because CJ Stroud is an elite quarterback. He got put in a good situation. They had an elite young receiver core when he arrived. Obviously, there's been injuries. There's been guys who left in free agency. There's been whatever. But they had a semi-decent running game. But they went old school NFL style. We're going to play defense. We're going to run the ball. You have elite receivers. Go win go win football games.
Don't turn the ball over.
The anointing of CJ Stroud, I think, if anybody was doing it, was in the winning, not the like gaudy, crazy stats or like the highlight plays. Right.
Yeah, he didn't have them. And that's my thing. But when it comes to quote unquote anointing these guys, you don't have to put out lights out stats, but can you win, especially in the playoffs? And again, that's my thing. I agree. I don't know what CJ Stroud's future is. I know he's won a playoff game consecutive years in a row. And on top of that, you look at other guys. Kyler Murray's never won a playoff game.
Yeah.
Tua's never won a playoff game.
Yeah. My thing on Jackson Dart is like, listen, you can not only have I watched every snap of Jackson Dart's career, right? But he's tough. He has touch. He has a strong arm. He has an accurate arm. Again, the touch factor that goes along with that. He has an escapability. He's not getting sacked on a team that doesn't have a good offensive line. He doesn't have any receivers whatsoever. With Malik Neighbors gone, who he played with for what, half a game? They have one guy who maybe starts on 40% of NFL teams. Maybe. Darius Slayton starts on 0 NFL teams. Jalen Hyatt starts on 0 NFL teams. We have one guy in the slot who maybe starts on 40% of NFL teams. We have no running game now that Scadaboo's gone. So, yeah, I'm anointing him, guys. And also, and I said it in the response that I wrote on Reddit, and I'll say it here. Me being able to anoint him after 4 games is the reason I do the show and you listen to it. You need 3 seasons? Cool story. You also all thought fucking Russell Wilson was an elite top 5 quarterback. And Kirk Cousins, suck my dick, Prano. Kirk Cousins is out of football. Russell Wilson's fucking embarrassing himself every time he steps on the field. Maybe, just maybe, you listen because I know and you fucking don't.
Wow. Pulling the old dick out now. Well, look, here's my thing. First of all, we can bring Russ into this. Of course you had to.
Well, of course I had to because guess what? For all the Seattle things and all the Denver things and all the Pittsburgh things aside, he looked atrocious for the Giants. And
he's old. He's washed. Yeah, no one's denying that.
And Jackson Dart doesn't.
For sure.
He came in at the end of the Bears game and fucking single-handedly blew the goddamn football game because he can't get rid of the fucking ball. So, yeah, all of your guys, no doubt, first ballot, sure thing, lock, Giants country, let's ride, fucking stinks. And Jackson Dart looks great in the exact same offense with the exact same weapons.
Well, this conversation obviously revolves around like anointing guys and guys we think could be franchise. I think now you do know sooner than later. I used to think you might need a little time. Now certain guys you do. Don't get me wrong. There's certain guys, circumstance, situation.
Circumstance is a huge factor.
But let me just talk about a guy who played last night. It's like I'm watching the game, right? Justin Fields obviously is the Jets quarterback, and at one point Kirk Herbstreit's like, he's got the athletic ability. He's got all the skill set. He just needs to put it, and I know Herbstreit's not trying to like take a dig. That's just not him. But in my head, I'm thinking like, but we do know. We do, this is, and again, this isn't, I'm not trying to knock Justin Fields. He's obviously a hell of an athlete. He's an A+ athlete, but I'm like, he's not an NFL quarterback. Sorry. This is year 5. Now, I know he went to the Bears and they're a dumpster fire, but then he went to a good organization, a historically good organization, the Steelers. And they said, we don't want you. They did.
Guess what? Caleb Williams also went to the Bears, and they're a dumpster fire. And Caleb Williams is very clearly a franchise quarterback in the NFL. He very clearly was 8 games into last season. I don't need 3 years of evaluating Caleb Williams to know that he's mobile. He has a fucking cannon for an arm. He has touch. He makes plays. He's got moxie. I don't know. We need 3 years in to see what color he paints his nails, and then I'll determine.
Well, and that's my point. I agree. It's like we know Caleb Williams is a guy you can try to build your franchise around. Justin Fields just isn't that guy. This is year 5. And that's all I'm saying as far as these quarterback discussions that we have. It's like, this isn't a knock at Justin Fields. It's year 5. He can't make the plays. He just can't. Doesn't mean he won't do some electric stuff from time to time, but he just doesn't. Whereas conversely, last night you're watching Drake May and you're like, wow, not does he know how to make the plays. He knows. It's like he's QB savvy. Some of these guys just aren't QB
Also,
savvy.
he was doing it last year on the Patriots, even though they won 4 games.
Yeah.
And it's just like they didn't win 4 games last year because their quarterback wasn't great. They won 4 games last year because they weren't very good and their coach wasn't very good.
I can't get, dude. I'm watching that game. I just keep thinking the Vrabel. I can. It's not talked about enough. The Vrabel thing. Like they showed the stats last night. The projections as far as basically, it's like a polymarket version of, hey, what's seeded? Like they are with that easy schedule. They are the lead by far, projected to have the number 1 seed. Nobody's talking about this stuff. Then guys, they won 4 games 2 years in a row. They went 4-13 back-to-back years. Mike Vrabel comes in here and is like, okay, we're changing everything. They're suddenly 9-2. The Bills are in a big deep hole at this juncture of the season to catch them. It's amazing me. And not enough people are like, hey man, Vrabel's the real deal. And here the Patriots are again, back to being a contender, a legit contender. I'll say it. I think they are a legit contender.
And what's funny is people are like, the speed with which the dynasty has reignited. It's like, yeah, man, they got a good quarterback and they got a good coach. It's not rocket science.
Yeah. Suddenly their D's good again.
Yeah.
Suddenly they're running the ball.
Yeah. Now,
Stephon Diggs looks
are
good
they
again.
A contender? I think they are.
I think they are.
I think some of the listeners need more time to evaluate. Perhaps next year we'll be able to say for sure. Are we sure Vrabel's a good coach? Or we're just anointing him as still great.
So I'll just pull up this comment. And I don't know if this is sarcasm. Not sold. Got to see them beat some better teams. They won at Buffalo. But like there it is. They won at Buffalo early in the year, a game in which they basically dominated.
Also, I guess it's not sold on what? Not sold on what? That they can win the championship?
It's a good question.
Or not sold on they're a good team? Obviously, they're a good team.
I mean, look, they right now, as I pull it up, they have the second highest point differential in the AFC.
I'll guarantee you this. I'll guarantee you the Chiefs, Buffalo, at least those 2 teams have better odds to win the Super Bowl per Vegas. And you're probably right.
Sure.
And you're probably right. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, they're still, yeah. Holy shit! I'm just
still behind the Ravens,
dude. Yeah, I mean, it goes. This is FanDuel. Chiefs plus 600, Eagles plus 650, Rams plus 700, Lions plus 800, Bills plus 950, Seahawks plus 1,000, Colts plus 1,100, Ravens plus 1,400, Packers plus 1,600. I mean, they're way back. Broncos plus 1,600. I'm sorry, Broncos plus 1,900. Then New England.
Well, listen, NFC.
That's by the way, that's Super Bowl winner,
right? And you got to take the NFC out of there. Like that, it doesn't matter because it's who knows who makes it there, but their roads to the Super Bowl are different. But being behind Denver is ludicrous.
It's insane to me. And again, you and I love the
Denver
formula.
beating a good team.
They beat Philly at Philly. They have a few good wins. I'm forgetting some other ones, I think. But again, our formula that you and I basically it's become like our doctrine, which I love for playoffs. Coach, quarterback, defense. Well, they got all three. Now they have a young quarterback, an MVP potential quarterback. And let's not forget, guys, Vrabel's never had a good QB. I mean, no disrespect to, as you like to say, which always makes me laugh, the wide receiver turned QB Ryan Tannehill. He's never had like a franchise
or
guy.
the horror movie character Malik Will Levis. Hold on.
Yeah, and I see the YouTube comments. I see everybody kind of hot in the YouTube comments, like discussing this now. Like, oh, they lost to Pittsburgh. That was I watched that whole game. They had 5 fluke turnovers. But like, guys, here's the thing. In this season, which is kind of up in the air, as we've discussed more than in any recent memory, they are for sure a Super Bowl contender. I will say that, in my opinion. They're for sure a Super Bowl contender. And I do like, look, we look at the Vegas odds. Like, I still like the Ravens are ahead of them. We know what Lamar turns into in the playoffs. Let's just call it what it is.
I'll just say this. Listen, if I had money to sprinkle around,
it's not a bad bet.
It's not a bad bet value-wise, but like let's take the odds out of it, because I think it's not a bad bet when they have them behind the Broncos and they have them whatever. But in terms of straight up, you just double your money, 50-50 bet. You can put it on whoever you want. I'm not sprinkling that much money on them as comparison to the Chiefs.
For sure. And I agree.
To the Bills. But I am sprinkling money on them as compared to the Ravens and as compared to the Denver Broncos. And the reason is...
And the Detroit Lions.
Yeah. And the reason is because, like you said, got a good chance of getting the 1 seed. It's very important.
Yeah.
It's very important. Home field, very important for a team like that. Important. And I'll take my chances with Vrabel and some home games over Lamar Jackson going on the road in the second week of the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, look, dude, I thought, take Stephon Diggs. I thought Stephon Diggs was washed at this point.
Yeah.
Especially with injuries,
attitude.
He's in his early 30s. He's getting all these women pregnant. Did he really get 4 women pregnant at the same time? Is this true?
Certainly sounds like it.
4? These guys really hate money.
I've said it. And again, I think it's just an inability for people to speak to them in a way that makes sense and to understand them. I feel like it's the same thing as being a special teams coach. Again, it's just like you're qualified to be a special teams coach in the NFL if you don't know anything about football except the rules of punts and kickoffs, and how to explain that to NFL players. Because you could be the most strategically savvy special teams coach that's ever existed. If you can't explain it to the guys, who gives a shit? And honestly, 96% of guys on punt coverage do not know the rules. Like the ball hits and then they touch it and they're like, "Oh, I didn't touch it." They're like, "Bro, you already touched it. You're gonna have to go recover that fumble." And
now he might just have 4 different baby mamas. I don't know if he has 4 kids. No, I think will have 2 kids in 2025 from 2 different women. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm seeing mixed results.
Again, the bag man, to me, the special teams coach of impregnating women is me in the corner when you're mid thrust with a clear, let's make a deal, deal or no deal, like a clear suitcase. I was like, this is $2 million. And all you have to do is nut on her back. And they're like, what? You're going to give me $2 million to nut on her back? I'll take that deal. And I was like, that was actually the deal before. You just didn't realize it. If you nut in her, we take this money out of your bank account. This is actually your money. This is your money in this clear suitcase. You just get to keep it if you nut on her back.
I do think it's like this ego almost. This is my theory on it. I think it's like a
Animal instinct to
it's what's his name? Genghis Khan is like, hey man, I'm a father the entire fucking world.
yeah.
I'm gonna spread my seed everywhere. And I think that's because these guys obviously are the elite of like human specimen athletically. So they have that testosterone, that sort of that drive. And I think that's what happens. It's
Well,
just like,
here's the thing. Genghis Khan didn't have child support. And if he did, he never would have done it. Because Asians, great with math. And he'd have been like, that's a lot of money.
oh,
Are Asians great with math? Too early to tell, really. I think we should give it another couple hundred years.
shots.
All right, they invented the abacus. Cool.
Shots fired. Speaking of all this gambling talk, as far as the odds, did you see this bullshit the NFL sent out? I love these leagues trying to cover their own ass on the gambling stuff. The NFL is engaging with state lawmakers, regulators, and sports betting partners in an attempt to enforce player-based prop bets. Hilarious. So they sent out this memo, which was published. And they listed certain categories that are supposed to be prohibited wager categories. I'll just read some of these. Inherently objectionable. Markets or bets that are inherently or designed to be derogatory or inflammatory or otherwise based on subject matter against public policy. Example, you shouldn't be allowed to bet on player injuries, fan safety, misconduct, etc. Officiating related. Bets based on officials or officiating. Example, officiating assignments, penalties, replays. You shouldn't be able to bet on that. Another one they determine determinable by one person in one play. So they're claiming, Prano, listen to this one. This is funny because you see this everywhere, especially in the Super Bowl. You shouldn't be able to place bets based on outcomes 100% determined by one person in one play. Example, the NFL list. Kicker to miss a field goal attempt. QB's first attempt or first pass attempt to be incomplete, etc. And then the last thing they list that they say should not be used for prop bets, predetermined outcomes directly related to on-field competitions. Example, will QB start this week? Will team's first play from scrimmage be a run or pass, etc.? So now they're trying to like reach out again to lawmakers and to enforce them, like, hey, you can't be running these.
Here's the thing about all this gambling stuff is there is inherently a very easy workaround to these things, which we've seen in baseball with like he's going to throw a strike. He's going to throw a thing. I'm just going to bounce one and like, whatever. Cool. What does it matter? Like, so I'm 1-0 to this batter. This is not going to change the outcome of this game. And $50,000 just got sent to my family in fucking the Dominican Republic.
Sure.
All of these things, though, all of these little scandals that we're having, it's because the algorithm is catching it immediately. They're being like, oh, $60,000, which isn't really that much money, but it is an abnormal amount of money for us to have taken on the first pitch of the Cleveland Indians game, has set off a red flag. And now this guy's had a baseball. So I'm not really that worried about it because with the technology that's making these bets possible, it's also self-policing.
Well, here's an even easier.
The only workaround here is like me making $100 every pitch because my buddy gets called up to the big leagues and is like, yeah, I'll hook you up, dog. And it's like, he's not going to put himself at risk for me to make fucking $5,000.
Here's another solution.
Like, how about I just give you $5,000?
I have an even easier solution for the NFL, for Major League Baseball, the NBA. You guys really care? Then just ban prop bets. But you won't. You won't do it because there's too much money and there's billions of dollars that's being exchanged. You won't. If you if you really care, just say, hey, we're going to keep it real simple. You can bet the lines of the game. You can maybe bet wins, losses for teams, stuff, generic seasonal stuff like that. You can't bet prop bets. But you won't. And I read through this. It's not that long, the memo that the NFL sent. I read through it, but it's like, guys, I mean, listen to this number. This is insane, but also not surprising. NFL bettors were expected to wager approximately $30 billion on the league this season with legal sports books in the United States, according to an estimate released by the American Gaming Association. $30 billion just this season. And that's legal. That's not even all the other stuff that a lot of us do. That's completely illegal. So that's my thing is like NFL, you can't, you know what you got in bed with, man. Like just own it. Or just say there's no prop bets. And by the way, when I say NFL, I mean all the leagues, NBA, Major League Baseball. Like you're all seeing this issue. We all saw it coming, and now there's suddenly, I don't know if you've seen, a lot of it's like a lot of players are being very open now and vocal, but like, dude, I get death threats all the fucking time.
Yeah.
You knew this was going to happen. Also, your own athletes are literally in commercials. I mean, how many times am I going to see LeBron James and Kevin Hart, right, in commercials promoting this stuff? So it's like,
well, Andy, when you ask that question, how many times are you going to see LeBron James and Kevin Hart in the commercial? If you bet over 4.5 times on FanDuel today,
and again, I'm not one to say get rid of it. You know me, like I'm like, people should be able to make their own decisions. I'm not going to tell anybody what to do with their own money. If somebody's pissing away their family mortgage or their children's college fund or car payment, that's not my problem. Be an adult.
I'm
That's
just kind of like, listen, I see the problem, but I also see it already fixing itself. There's not going to be other guys who bounce the first pitch to try to make themselves and their family $5,000 because that dude is gone. He's out. Like it's already policing itself.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't see what the like. Obviously, we have an issue, but it feels like it's self-correcting.
Yeah. Well, in other gambling news, the best gambler that's ever played baseball, Shohei Ohtani, 4th MVP in 5 years. Unanimous. All 30 first place votes. I mean, he is in elite company now. He is him and Frank Robinson, right, are the only players to win MVP in both leagues.
I love the MLB writers just anointing him. Tap the brakes, guys.
You will not let it die, will you? One person takes a dig at Prano on Reddit, and he's. I mean. First of all, lost and all. I was called Candace Ruther and all that.
That was a good bit.
That made me laugh.
Yeah.
That people coming at me on all this conspiracy stuff, which I was like, it's really not a conspiracy. But anyway, I digress on that. 4th MVP in 5 years.
And Aaron Judge, his 3rd in however many years.
And Aaron Judge gets his 3rd.
Did you see the I get alerts because I'm logged into your Athletic. Did you see the Athletic thing that I tweeted today? Put on Threads. The Athletic headline. Here, I'll just read it to you. You get the alerts.
Okay. Yeah,
Here's what the Athletic sent today as an alert. This is Derek Jeter never did this is the headline. With a 3rd MVP, Aaron Judge is reaching levels his predecessor never touched. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. With his 3rd MVP, Aaron Judge has reached a level a 0-time MVP has ever touched. In fact, he did it in 2020. He reached a level that his predecessor never touched when he won his very first and only MVP, because Derek Jeter never won a goddamn MVP. And the idea of calling him his predecessor is ridiculous.
That is wild. I'm looking at it right now. That is wild that they would send the notification. Derek Jeter never did this.
You're absolutely right. Athletic. Derek Jeter never won 3 MVPs because Derek Jeter never. You know who else never did this? Anyone that's ever played baseball and didn't win any MVPs. Because you can't win 3 MVPs if you've won no MVPs.
Man, that just shows how strong the propaganda is. That they're somehow spinning Judge winning a 3rd MVP into a guy, like you said, who never sniffed an MVP.
LeBron James passes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in all-time scoring. Jamal Crawford never did this.
It's unbelievable. It sucks because I obviously I'm a big fan of The Athletic. I've subscribed for years. I think they do pretty good stuff over there. But guys,
I mean, that headline could have been Joe Prano never did
I was
this.
just gonna say you could have used either of us in that.
Candace Ruther never did this.
That's unbelievable.
What a headline. But yeah, listen, Shohei Ohtani's one of the greatest baseball players of all time.
Here's a wild thing on Shohei. Let's go beyond baseball. He is the first player in Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, and the NFL ever to win both an MVP and a championship in each of his first 2 seasons with that team. Like, that's a wild stat right there.
Yeah.
And he definitely gambled.
Right.
Like, I don't care what anybody says. I'm not buying the Shohei story.
No, obviously.
Like, what's a shelf life for a guy like him at this point?
Well,
Because he's obviously still playing at such an elite level.
I think the shelf life for him as a hitter goes on way longer than the shelf life for him.
He's 30. So I'm just looking. He just turned 31 in July.
Yeah.
Actually, wow. Fun fact here for Dirty Sports. Joe Prano and Shohei share a birthday.
Wow, July 5th?
July 5th.
Wow, Shohei Ohtani, myself, my wife, the RZA, P.T. Barnum.
There's a podcast right there.
Yeah,
Get a little AIPT up in P.T. Barnum?
P.T. Barnum.
That's a good one. Look at that. That's a good one to share a birthday with.
Well, and you go to the birthday book. It's the day of the showman, based on the idea that it was P.T. Barnum's birthday.
Do you think you gotta let the people know in Japan, like because you and your wife share when you guys go together, right? You guys, Japanese, they seem like very good people. I mean, I shouldn't say seem
and vary into numbers.
Very into numbers. I'm just saying,
like we've already covered in this.
Like, you might get some good welcome treatment there. You say, well, I'm sharing a birthday with the goat, the Japanese goat here. I don't know if they know goat talk over there, though. Would they?
I'm not a goat.
I miss him.
I know. Miss him every day. I'm not a goat.
That's a great line. Yeah, I didn't realize Judge, and I saw that too. I didn't realize Judge already had 3 as well.
Yeah.
He's really racking them up.
He's finally surpassed Derek Jeter now that he has 3 more MVPs. The audacity.
Who do you think made that?
Who do I think made what?
Is that like a young intern?
I have no idea. Who knows?
All right, so all time. Let's see here. Bonds has 7.
Yeah.
Shohei with 4, as we just discussed. Aaron Judge now tied for 3rd all time.
Is it Bonds 7, second place Shohei 4?
Yeah.
Wow. Where are some of like the all timers? Like does Willie Mays not have like multiple MVPs? Is that like not a thing? No, it was a thing. It's very much a thing.
Let me see. I'm scrolling through the list. Okay. So here's the guys with
Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams. Like,
I'll just go through briefly. I'll just run through it. The guys with 3: Yogi Berra, Roy Campanella, Joe DiMaggio, Jimmy Fox, Aaron Judge, Mickey Mantle, Stan Musial, Albert Pujols, Alex Rodriguez, Mike Schmidt, Mike Trout.
Wow.
Guys with 2: Ernie Banks, Johnny Bench, Miguel Cabrera, Mickey Cacrone, whatever the fuck it, 1928. Cochran.
Cacrone.
Lou Gehrig.
What is he? The fucking? Is he the president of France? Mickey Cacrone. Mickey Cochran.
Does Willie Mays has 2?
It seems offensive.
Well, I mean, like we don't know that era. We don't know what's going on.
No, I just know he hit 660 home runs and was an elite defender.
By the way, big gap in those.
Feels like racism.
Willie Mays 54 and 65. The MVPs are wild. Dale Murphy had back-to-back MVPs in 82, 83.
Yeah. Dale Murphy just came up on the More Stories podcast with Jeff Pearlman as like guys who should be in the Hall of Fame but aren't. And Jeff Pearlman broke a heated debate tie between myself and Jay. Jay's big stance is Don Mattingly is the most deserving non-Hall of Famer. I'm like, he's not even the most deserving former New York first baseman, non-Hall of Famer. And Jeff Pearlman sided with boy, that Keith Hernandez as the head and shoulders best defensive first baseman of all time is more deserving. So check that out on the new episode of More Stories with former guest of our show, Jeff Pearlman, talking about his new Tupac book.
Now, like when you go into the Hall of Fame, like that, is that a big? That's mostly like you're just playing a numbers game, right?
What do you mean?
Like when we're determining these guys, because obviously, like off the top of my head, I wouldn't be able to say. I'm like, oh, I'd have to look into it, so to speak. Just any of these guys, like to say Mattingly versus Keith Hernandez or whoever.
Well, that is where if there's criticism of the Hall of Fame, it is that it's very just number strict, and
whereas I don't think the NFL is that, which is good,
right? Like numbers wise, I would say an NFL comparison to Keith Hernandez would be like Darrelle Revis. What Darrelle Revis did, which is like they just didn't throw the ball at him.
Yeah,
because he's just like locking guys down. It's like,
so he's not going to have the interception numbers.
Yeah, and so like, what's Keith Hernandez's defensive numbers going to be? Just like, oh, also he just like didn't make any errors. But it doesn't like Gold Gloves, which we all know are like a sham. But there's no, in those days there wasn't like the defensive metrics of also his D WAR was blah blah blah.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Whereas like home runs, they're countable. Hits, they're countable.
Sure. Gotcha. That tracks. That makes sense. I know the MVP of Dirty Sports is Miller Lite. I know that much.
I'm gonna take
MVP, most valuable beer.
I'm gonna take it past. They might be the MVP of my life and the MVP of my life. Forget Dirty Sports.
Well, there you go.
The gasoline that fuels the car that is Joe Prano.
Let me ask you this. In your life,
yeah,
how many times do you think you've had a Miller Lite beer? I'll give you a twofold question. Tailgating before a sports event or watching, or you can do both, watching a sports event, whether that's bar, home, party, at the actual event, watching a sports event. How many times do you think you've had a Miller Lite in your hand?
I mean, if you set the over-under at 5,000.
I was going to say how many thousand.
I think I might go over still because, like, think about this. This is not. I'm not joking. Think about this. 100 Mets games this season. If we're talking watching at home.
Oh yeah, that's true.
100. I mean, they play 162. 100 of those. So now, like, I've been of legal drinking age for 25 years. So we're already at 2,500 in baseball alone.
That's true.
Add in football, add in basketball, add in tailgating. Also, are we counting each beer? Because now.
Yeah. Definitely.
I think 5,000 would be a safe wager for an over and under. Shohei Ohtani's like, hammer the over. I mean, his translator.
For sure.
Or
for sure. Yeah.
By the way, this is a great, since we're doing all the talk, like that would set off an alert. If all of a sudden a bunch of bets came in on Joe Prano not drinking a Miller Lite today, they'd be like, we're gonna red flag this one.
Yeah.
This is
take it off the board.
Suspicious behavior. Let's take this down.
Yeah, take it off.
We had him having a Miller Lite at minus 40,000. So this is suspicious.
Well, guys, Joe's done it his whole life. You guys should too. Make Miller Lite part of your tradition, part of your ritual, all the sports events. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/dirty sports to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
You know the What Would Jesus Do bracelets? I kind of have a similar rule that I was thinking about. Every day I wake up and I go, you should have at least one Miller Lite on every day that Derek Jeter doesn't have a league MVP. It's a rule I live by.
Shots fired. They did that to themselves, though. So really not shots fired. Shots warranted. Okay. Week 11 is here. Obviously, we started off last night. Some big news this week, We'll get to it. Jameis Winston is finally making his start for your New York Giants.
I've never been so happy for that news to be real. I'd rather Ethan Jameis 1 of 1 start than Russ.
What is Ethan? Let's check in on our boy Ethan. What's he
I'd
saying?
rather Ethan in one of the suits that he could not sell on eBay to try to pay his mortgage after putting all of his money into Jameis Winston cards. I'd rather see Ethan in a helmet and one of the suits that he was unable to unload starting at quarterback than Russell Wilson. So yes, I welcome Jameis.
Bro. So this is the last post from Ethan. I just got to read it. So Adam Schefter posts, Giants wide receiver Darius Slayton did not practice today due to a hamstring injury. This is 2 days ago. Ethan quote tweets that, Prano. And for some reason, just literally bust out a machine gun and is just shooting at Joe Flacco. So I don't know what, again, the tweet from Adam Schefter is, Darius Slayton is not going to practice today because of an injury. He quote tweets it and he writes, the homeless man's Jameis Winston, in parentheses, Joe Flacco, gets to throw to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, while the real Jameis Winston, who, in parentheses, who'd likely average 400, I don't know what 400 means, I guess yards, with the Bengals, gets to throw to a wide receiver 3, Wan'Dale Robinson, and a special teamer, Gunnar Osletsky, whatever his name is pronounced, with an interim head coach. Unreal.
Well, that's because the real Jameis Winston is the third stringer on the Giants. What the fuck are you talking about?
He called Joe Flacco a homeless Jameis Winston. Why is Joe Flacco taking strays?
Also, Joe Flacco is averaging 400 yards a game. The Bengals. Jameis Winston would average 400 yards. Yeah, that's what Joe Flacco's doing. Also, Joe Flacco's won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. And arguably, I mean, we've talked about it.
Joe Flacco, the Athletic, breaking news. Joe Flacco, with his performance against the Browns, has finally surpassed Jameis Winston.
Flacco's, I mean, we've said it many times. Flacco's 4-game Super Bowl run, like him and your boy Eli, those are like two of the best. Speaking of doing deep dives, those are two of the best 4-game statistical Super Bowl runs in our lifetime. I'm talking 4 games.
Yeah. No, listen, in one of the 2 years that Eli Manning was carried by his defense, he has the most passing yards in a single postseason.
The nerve.
To this day.
That is pretty insane.
Now, he was carried by his defense, but while the defense was carrying him, he also put up the most passing yards in a single postseason to date.
The mental illness. Now I'm here. Here I am. I'm on Jameis 101. Somebody responded, didn't Joe win a Super Bowl? This is Jameis 101's response. Sure. So did Trent Dilfer and Jeff Hostetler, while Warren Moon never played in one. What's your point? Wow. Bro, your point is you don't want to, bring up Trent Dilfer's Super Bowl run numbers and then bring up Joe Flacco's. This guy's lost it. I mean, he already had lost his mind, but like.
Serious question.
Why is Joe Flacco?
Serious question. This is like, I don't know. Like, I would say my football consciousness came about right around the time Warren Moon like came to the NFL, like give or take, like, you know, it's in the same era. Like, did Warren Moon, because Warren Moon played in Canada, did he debut in the NFL in 92, 93?
No.
Earlier?
I guarantee it was 80s. I'm going to say 87 or 88.
Was it that early?
No, even earlier. 84.
Was when he came to the NFL?
Yeah, I started 16 games in 84.
For who?
Houston.
And he was with Houston that whole time?
Houston until 93. You're forgetting Minnesota. He had some nice years in Minnesota.
No, I know. I don't forget Minnesota. And I remember, I feel like I came to consciousness in the NFL in the late 80s. And like Warren Moon as like a thing starts being, you know, the run and shoot and
sure
the Oilers and whatever. So to me, that was early 90s. But I was like, how long was he in the league before then? Okay. Do you think at any point from 84 to whatever he played till 97 or some shit like that?
2000, actually.
Wow. Amazing. Do you think at any point, for any reason, Warren Moon was a third string quarterback?
No, in fact, he was a Pro Bowler 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years in a row.
He finally surpassed Jameis Winston with his 8th Pro Bowl appearance.
I mean, he finished
the Athletic, something Jameis has never done.
He was third in the MVP race one year.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What a lunatic. I'll give him credit.
At one point, no, this is a legit factual statement. At one point, Warren Moon was in the same position in the MVP voting that Jameis is on the Giants depth chart.
I'll give him credit that he's still doing this. It's insane.
Well, I listen. I would give him credit.
No, I'm going to give him credit for the consistency of the insanity. I mean,
no, but I'm saying you like if you go to Venice, right, and you go talk to a guy, and you're like, how many days have you shit in your own hand and smeared it on this wall? And he's like, 4,000 consecutive days. You can see I've marked my numbers. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I cross through it. You go, well, I've got to give you your props for your consistency of shitting in your own hand and writing on a wall. And I would say, no, that's just mental illness.
Yeah. I'll give you props, but you can also be mentally ill.
Anyway, we're burying the lead here. Very excited for Jameis.
Yeah, we are burying the lead. Very excited for Jameis.
And they're playing the Packers, and hopefully they lose, because at this point, at this point, certainly we don't want wins.
Well, we can start there and then work our way back. That is 1 o'clock Sunday game in New Jersey.
Where I'll be later that week at the Stress Factory in New Brunswick on the 20th. Get your tickets now, stressfactory.com.
There we go. There's a nice little plug right in there.
And I'll be there tonight for a wedding.
Well, we have a 6.5 point Packers favorites. What do we think about this game?
Give me Jameis. Give me Jameis. Give me Jameis up 1 late in the game. Pick 6. Lose by 6.
It's a big spread.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Packers just because fuck Jameis. I don't know if I like it, but I'm going to take the Packers. All right. I alluded to it earlier in the show. We have our first game in Madrid. The old Andy Ruther stomping grounds. Say hi to the Korean women that make they give you the sandwich, the bocadillas. Bocadillos on the street with the jamon that I stole from.
Have you been to whatever stadium that this is happening at?
What is this? Like, I have Santiago. What was this? Oh yeah, this is where Real Madrid plays. Okay, they just renamed it. Yeah, it's where Real Madrid plays.
And you've been?
I have been. Was that always the name? Have I lost my mind? No, they did renovate it. Oh, they added a retractable roof. It was named after Real Madrid's legendary. Oh no, I'm losing my mind. When was it? Yeah, no, it was always named this. Okay. Anyway,
it wasn't named after Benito Santiago, Padres catcher that would often throw from his knees.
Also played for the Marlins, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they're playing.
Nice. How's the stadium?
It's cool, man. It's in downtown
this
Madrid.
Was Spain Talk with Andy Ruther.
Well, I'll be honest, man. Like I've said this before. Like
it's a bit of a blur.
Yeah, that 4 months. I mean, like real talk right now. Like I kind of have to redo Europe. Like I was drunk or hungover.
You guys couldn't even go to fucking Scottsdale without the world coming apart. So I don't know if Europe's is on your. You have to do the Griswold family vacation when the kids are
I'm not talking about my family. Fuck my family.
Okay.
I'm talking about like Andy Ruther as a solo human being. Might need to redo Madrid because it's like not just Madrid, like Europe. Like I'm saying, it is hazy.
Should we get into soccer and just do a soccer tour?
Yeah, I'll just leave my family. That'd be much more enjoyable than getting up for 2 hours in the middle of the night.
Deuces.
I mean, bye. Have fun. Not my problem anymore.
Majid's like, I love this talk right now. He's like, are we going to Madrid? Can he eat a jamon sandwich out of a soccer boot? He's like, give me a shin guard full of paella.
Oh, the paella shin guard. That would be delicious. Give me some paella, some good ass fucking food, man. I do miss that. I do miss that Spanish food. Okay. We're throwing them the 3-7 Commanders versus the 3-7 Dolphins. Amazing. Miami's a 2.5 point favorite. I'm up first. I'll take the Commanders because fuck you, Mike McDaniel.
Okay. I'm gonna go against your emotions here. You're very upset with Mike McDaniel. I'm gonna go Dolphin side.
I just think he's a douche and he thinks he's cool. So that bothers me. Like,
yeah,
you're just
no doubt about it.
You're just a dork. And we have no clue. I'll be honest. No picks have been updated.
By the way, I love I hope they win just so he can Vespa by like He's Vespaing by the Madrid Commanders bar.
You know, we had a bar we used to go to one of our spots in Seoul, which is like a big spot in Madrid, and what was it? La Fontana del Oro, the Fountain of Gold. And to this day, me and my buddies laugh. We go, "Was that a gay bar that we all like we went to this bar all the time, and occasionally we'd see dudes making out. Not that definitely makes it a gay bar, but we're always like, we like that bar, Fountain of Gold.
You're like,
I-
is that a golden shower thing? Are people pissing on each other here?
Yeah, like to this day, we're like, did we always frequent a gay bar? Like, I don't know. Good old Madrid. Okay, moving right along to another game that truthfully should be played in Madrid or anywhere else outside of the United States. Panthers Falcons. Don't care about this one. Atlanta's a 3.5-point favorite at home. 5-5 Panthers against the 3-6 Falcons.
Sorry, I was just getting a doggy update on my phone.
Yeah, all good.
Give brief rundown of the matchup again.
You have the Falcons 3.5-point favorites against the Panthers. Falcons
Mhm.
are at home. You're up, or am I up? I'm up. You're up. Oh yeah, you're up.
Are we just naming continents now?
You're up. You're up.
Africa. Okay, I'm up. The hot and cold Panthers go cold this week. I'm going Falcons to win and cover.
All right, I'm gonna say Panthers cover. Okay, this is a good one. Two teams that could really use this. Bucks Bills in New York, both 6-3. Bills lose this, they're basically, I think their shots are done. Any chance of catching the Patriots in that division. Buffalo's a 6.5-point favorite. That seems like a massive spread. Again, it's one of those. It's funny. Last week, you and I both scratched our heads on Baltimore game. Baltimore did cover. Remember, they were 4.5 faves at the Vikings. We both said what?
And then I took them because it didn't make any sense.
This one doesn't make sense. I'm sure there are some injuries on Tampa. Let's see the injury report. Let me just pull it up briefly. Yeah, they got a lot of injuries. Both sides of the ball. Don't care. Taking Tampa.
As am I. I actually really like that one. It just feels like with everything going on in Buffalo and whatever. I think Buffalo wins that game, no doubt about it. But it feels like you'll be sweating it.
Texans, Titans. Wow, it's amazing to think the Titans actually won a game this year. Fucking Arizona knocked out so many people in that Survivor. Titans are 5.5-point underdogs in Houston. I'm up. I'm going to take the Texans because I think, they have a great D. They got a rookie quarterback, and I think he's going to just get his ass whooped.
In the words of the baby on Full House, you got it, dude.
The baby? You mean the Olsen twin?
Yeah. I didn't know her name as a character.
I don't either. I just know it's the Olsen twins. Okay. So you agree with me?
Yes.
Okay. Bears, Vikings.
Here we go.
Here's the test. We talked about Caleb Williams. Here's a nice little test for him. In Minnesota, Minnesota's 2.5-point favorites. Bears have
won 4 or 5 in a row, something like that?
they won 2 in a row, but they've won 1, 2, 3, 4. They've won
6 or 7.
6 or 7. They just FYI, I don't know if it matters. They did lose their opener at home 27-24 to the Vikings.
Yeah. I'm going to actually take the Vikings in this game.
I agree. I'm going to take the Vikings to win and cover. All right. Bengals, Steelers. Another head-scratching point spread. Now, I see it's dropped a point. I was looking at the spreads last night, all of them. It's dropped a point. It's moved. It was 5.5 Pittsburgh, which I was like, why? Now it's 4.5 Steelers at home against the Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals to cover this.
Same. The way Pittsburgh looked last week, that I mean, I know obviously that the Bengals have no defense whatsoever, and so Aaron Rodgers will not be skittish. But still, with the Bengals' ability to score, even with their inability to defend, I'm also going to take the Bengals.
Even with the Bengals having homeless Jameis Winston?
Almost Jameis Winston.
I mean, that's unbelievable that he would call Joe Flacco homeless Jameis Winston. Yeah,
Especially
I don't get
when Jameis Winston's personal style is that of a homeless man.
it's true.
Jameis Winston's entire vibe is Will Smith in Pursuit of Happiness.
That's so true. That's so fucking true.
He's like part Will Smith in that movie, part Will Smith in Hancock.
That's hilarious. And again, like Joe Flacco, man, you won a Super Bowl. Also, like, I've never heard I've no lie, like, never heard anybody say anything negative about Joe Flacco. Like, the nerve of Jameis 1 to do that. The nerve, Ethan. Also, the nerve of the guy who's selling T-shirts on some bullshit website and memorabilia to call anybody homeless.
Also, just selling his suits on eBay because he refuses to sell the cards. His wife's like, "Fine, sell your clothes then." He's like, "Fine."
It's unbelievable. All right, Chargers, Jags in Jacksonville. Chargers are 2.5-point favorites. They looked good last week against Pittsburgh. Chargers are obviously very hot and cold as well. But I like the Chargers. Even though it's west to east, I like the Chargers to win and cover. This playoff revenge game.
This is a scary one. I'm also going to go with the Chargers, but I don't love it.
I don't love it here. Okay, we got arguably the best game of the week. I'm going to go.
Are the Chargers currently in a playoff position?
They are.
Okay.
They're 7-3. Game I'm looking forward to the most this week is this next one. Seahawks, Rams. It's in LA.
In LA. A lot of Seahawks fans will be there.
Yeah, it'll be I bet you at least 40% Seahawks fans. Rams are 3.5-point favorites.
Ooh. I was so ready to take the Rams. Not with the half. I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Same. Not that half-point hook. I mean, this game will go a long way in deciding that division winner.
Yeah.
Possibly number 1 seed. I'll be rooting for the Rams hard in that game.
Yeah.
You know what? I really want Matthew Stafford to get an MVP. I do. I think it'd be great. I like when
Jameis Winston has never done this. Matthew Stafford wins first MVP.
I like when these old guys, because you see it occasionally.
Not only do I forget the old guys, I like it when people who had to wallow on a trash franchise get to go somewhere and be like, "Hey, just for the record, I was good the whole time. You guys are just dumb."
Yeah, there's that too. But like, you know, I'm trying to think of like the last old QB. I'm not talking like the Rodgers and Brady's who won them, or Peyton Manning or whoever.
Yeah.
I'm talking like a Rich Gannon. We're like, oh, and obviously he's had a much better career than Rich Gannon, but like, we're like, he's like, oh.
Yeah. Randall Cunningham to the Vikes.
He won an MVP.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, the guy who gets the late career revamp.
Yeah.
Because he's suddenly surrounded by talented people.
All right, so we're both going to go Seahawks because that half-point hook. Niners, Cardinals. This one is
you're like, he hasn't won an MVP. I'm like, I don't know if there's 3 examples of the one you're coming up with. So it's hard to pull. You know, the guy who leaves and goes somewhere for late in his career.
I mean, is Rich Gannon the only example?
Like Rich Gannon and Steve Young, like, or what? I mean,
yeah. Niners, Cardinals. in Glendale. So in Arizona, San Francisco's a 2.5-point favorite. Guess who's back? Birdie's back. Back again. Doesn't really matter. I don't really care who it is. I'm taking the Niners.
Yeah, I mean, no joke. If it was Mac Jones, you'd still be taking the Niners.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2.5? Is that what you said it was?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It seems wild to me. Remember the Steve DeBerg KC run? Oh, we do, because we talked about the pin in his finger, which I showed
Yeah.
this year. We do remember.
It looked like his bone was coming out of his hand.
Yeah. Epic. All right. Ravens Browns. This one is in Cleveland. Ravens are 7.5-point favorites. What do you think on this one?
Am I up first?
Yeah.
All right, take the Ravens to cover.
I never know what to do in these games. Cleveland can play them tough because Cleveland's a good D.
Yeah.
I would take the Browns.
Okay.
Ravens win. Browns cover. All right. Another good one here. Chiefs Broncos in Denver. Let's see what you made of, Broncos. You got a home game, but you are 3.5-point dogs. Should be a good game. Broncos coming off a 10-day layoff. So you get this extra few days of rest. I don't like that half point. I'm going to take the Broncos to cover, Chiefs to win.
I was about to say, sad that I don't get to go first because I'd have to be like, that half point doesn't matter to me. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Is that Sunday Night Football?
That is the 4:25 game.
Okay.
That's the Tony Romo, Jim Nantz game.
Yeah.
Take it easy on the hair dye.
Well, Jim, you know.
Your Sunday night game is a good one, too. It's Lions-Eagles, another game I'm looking forward to watching.
Where is it?
It's in Philly. Philly is a 2.5-point favorite.
I am up first on this one.
You are.
Give me the money line.
Lions.
Too much offense.
I like the Lions in this one, too. I do.
Now, the Philly defense, an opportunity here, right? You got really have. I mean, the Packers were one thing on, you know, you guys play a essentially 0-0 game for the majority of it. You're at home, you're playing the medium pizza. So, you know, to me, Philly saying, "Oh, we 2 picks and a fumble off of Goff," because I mean, AJ Brown has said it himself this week. It was like, listen, the D is doing their job and we're not doing ours. But I don't see Detroit getting zeroed out. So unless Philly's offense shows up, I like a Detroit win here.
Yeah, I kind of like that too. I mean, it'll be tough. I like it. I'm gonna take Detroit as well. Then we got a stinker to really close Monday night. So again, if you guys don't want to settle this YouTube TV Disney dispute, that's fine by me. Not gonna miss this. I'll get all the games. Not gonna miss Raiders.
Well, I gave you the antenna fix, Andy.
Wild.
Yeah. Stick a paperclip in the antenna.
It's a little paperclip in the antenna. Do I really want to subject myself to Cowboys Raiders?
I mean, this is an all-time punchline.
Oh yeah.
This is the punchline bowl.
The Yo Fool. This is the Yo Fool Bowl.
This is the Yo Fool. The amount of jorts that are going to be in this. The amount of jorts, like, the amount of fluffies in the crowd.
I mean, what are we calling this? The Yo Fool Bowl, the Fluffy Bowl, the Jort Bowl. I'm just picturing the guy who's got the Cowboys front of the jersey and the Raiders back of the jersey. Or the real men wear black, Raiders hat.
Yeah.
And then he's got the Des Bryant Cowboys jersey. Yo fool.
Yeah. The escalating yo fools. Yo fool. No, yo fool. Yo fool. Like, oh, guys. Somebody pull them out of it. They're in a yo fool wormhole.
Oh, what's the spread here? We got the Cowboys are 3.5 point favorites.
It's in where?
It's in Las Vegas.
Oh, cool.
I'm up. I'm gonna take the. I hate the Raiders and I hate the Cowboys. They both just I just don't want to touch any of these teams ever. I'll take the Raiders, I guess.
I said I'm done taking the Raiders, but I think I took them last week, and I think I got it if I'm not mistaken. But I'm back off. It was a quick return to the Raiders because they were playing the Broncos, and I believe that was a Thursday night game or whatever.
It was a good game. Like they kept it close.
So I'm back out. I'm taking the Cowboys. Now, Andy, I want to do another quick thing before we go. You've been struggling with your pick sevens. I think we should do your pick seven here together. Let's try to help you get a pick seven.
All right. Well, the spreads are set. Let me see what they got here. I've been really struggling. I'm at like 50% for the year.
I know, that's what I'm saying. And I feel like I would love to see what our percentage wise we are on games we agree with. I feel like it's got to be pretty strong.
Okay. I'm pulling up to see like how similar the spreads are. Yeah, the spreads have definitely changed a lot. So it's like just popping off the top of my head. I think these spreads lock on Tuesday when they come out. So like I have like Texans at -6.5. I have Bengals +5.5. Packers -7.5. Like these some of these spreads have changed a lot. 7's tough. Like, you know what I've learned? Because with the buys, you basically have to pick half the games.
Yeah.
And then if you don't do Thursday, I've learned like you got to almost. But like last night was 12.5. And I go, I don't want to touch that. It's Thursday. The Patriots won by 13.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, who would you take? Just briefly perusing it right now, and obviously I can change this.
Yeah. Let's go from the top down.
Dolphins -2.5 against Commanders.
You don't like it.
I don't like that. Panthers +3.5 against the Falcons. I don't really like that one. Texans, Titans, again, if it was lower, it's Texans -6.5 here. I don't like it. Okay, Chargers, I kind of like it, -2.5. I don't.
Yeah.
I'll just check that one right now.
I think you could go for Texans too, if you wanted to.
At -6.5.
Titans are terrible. It's in Houston, didn't you say?
Yeah, I'll keep that one kind of on reserve.
Yeah.
What about Vikings at -2.5 at home against the Bears?
I like it.
I do too. Okay, we both agree we like the Bucks at +5.5 in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Giants +7.5 on here.
Ooh. Getting the half-point hook on a touchdown for Jameis. I actually like it quite a lot.
Okay. I'm not going to click that. We both agree Bengals are +5.5 on here.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at 4 picks right now. Niners, Cardinals, we both agree Niners -2.5.
Yeah. We didn't even understand how it's 2.5.
So that's 5. Seahawks, Rams.
You don't want that. You don't want anything to do with that.
I agree. Just like I don't want anything to do with the Chiefs, Broncos, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with Lions, Eagles. So then that leaves me Ravens, Browns.
Which you like the Browns.
I don't want anything to do with that. Cowboys, Raiders. All right, I am going to click your Giants. So that leaves me with one option. So as of right now, I'm taking the Chargers at -2.5 at Jacksonville. Vikings -2.5 at home against the Bears. Bucks at +5.5 in Buffalo. Giants +7.5 at home against the Packers. Bengals +5.5 on the road against the Steelers. Niners -2.5 at Arizona. So I got one more left. I would look at, again, I don't want, like, all those other games are close as far as like good teams. I don't want to touch those 3 of those later games.
This is where you revert back to Texans beating the terrible football team.
Okay. This is
And
also,
you're going to go 6 or 7 and lose on the Chargers.
I'll save
But you'll
those
take it.
picks. We'll see. Or maybe
Yeah.
I just won't even mess with them.
Yeah.
Obviously, the lines can move. It's so hard to win, man. Like when
Oh, we just did it. Remember me on Tuesday when you get your Venmo. Take care of your boy.
Well, let me see. Let me see here real quick. Let me just see. Like how many won last week. Okay, last week 7 people won. Got all 7 right, and they took home $1,160 each. So obviously it's a great payday. So tough. All right, we did it. You know, this could a nice payday. My mind works so differently now that I'm got kids. So like my mind will be like, oh, I won $500, and my mind will go like, that covers so much daycare.
Let's go.
Joe's like, give me that 10%, fam.
Yeah, exactly.
10% for the manager. Do you know what that's from?
No.
Yeah. How big a Will Smith guy were you as far as Fresh Prince?
I mean, yeah, I used to watch it.
Okay. There's that episode. He just keeps saying 10% for the man. Like,
Okay.
if I said,
if
I said to my college buddies, they get it because we used to just watch it nonstop. They go 10% for the manager. I mean, it's kind of like
I want the difference between whatever it is and the $1,000. Like, so if you get like 2,400, just like hit me with 4. You get like 1,100, hit me with 1.
Oh,
You
I
get,
gotcha.
You get 2,900. Well, now you boy 10% for the manager.
Like, what's your confidence? I don't know. I just had no confidence in my picks this year.
I have confidence. I like all those. The Chargers one scares me, but otherwise I like it.
The Chargers are scary.
Chargers going west to east in the Jacksonville game, but I like it. I do like it. I like these picks.
It's crazy you like the Texans that much.
Oh, I don't. I hate the Titans though. So there we go. You got that.
Well, they're projecting, looking ahead, it's like they're projecting to have the number 1 pick back-to-back years.
Good. Get an offensive lineman.
Maybe they can trade that pick to get Mike Vrabel back on as the head coach. Maybe they can trade that number 1 pick to New England.
Draft him a receiver he can throw to. May I suggest Ryan Tannehill?
Unbelievable. Yeah, hotline. What do we got here? 859-832-0478. Give us a shout.
Give us a ring. Come see me on Thursday, New Brunswick, New Jersey, headlining Stress Factory. I'm also around New York City. 2 shows tomorrow night at the Stand. 3 shows on Monday at the Stand. Then it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday in New Brunswick. This will be my second time headlining Stress Factory in New Brunswick, surpassing my nephew who has never headlined it. Something Joe's nephew has never done.
That's unbelievable.
With his second appearance.
That's hilarious. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. And as always, stay dirty.